Just a couple notes real quick, thoughts. Well, one, I think it's my first Bridger number 3 dogless catch I had this year. They work, they do work. I've only run in about, I bought a dozen, and then I've got a couple free ones from Minnesota when you order. So they do work. I'm not saying they're not. You guys use whatever trap you like. I just don't like the square jaws, which a guy could grind them off just fine. They've got a bigger pan than the Montanas. So if a guy just wanted to cut screens to fit inside, it'd work real well. I like tucking my screens, and the way this is wide and notches, but they've got a night latch, which the Montanas don't. But they can be hard to keep set without scraping the wax off. So I just prefer my Montanas for why I do. They're both great traps. They did catch this. Also another great product are these J.C. Connor trowels. I just used it to hammer in this T-bone because I just take my shovel for my remake, so I keep my other stuff clean for setting clean sets. I can dig out my hole, re-dig trap bed. I don't need to anchor anything, so usually I just bring my shovel. And I use this thing for breaking ice. I mean, it's not good. I got the other one I got, so it's got a bent handle, but hammering T-bones, all sorts of stuff. They're sturdy, they hold up. Great product. And of course, love my wire brush. Get that trap cleaned off. I'm gonna import some backing, find something around here, maybe one of these grass clumps or something. So I put in front of my T-bone, and I pulled this out once again to the edge of this catch circle. So that'll be my remake. So today's 15th of November. Putting out a few water sets. Got a big old den they've caved in over the years there, and there used to be some living up there last year. Tried to clean them out, but I made these floats with my boys last night. This one's just out. And we got a couple more to put out, so get those out, finish checking traps. Hey, today's the 16th. I'm out here checking sets. Got this dead pit. Got to walk back and check these sets I put in because I can't check them just by pulling up now. While I'm walking, I thought I'd talk about my trapping tool. One guy commented, a couple guys asked on it. I've used those, well, Freedom brand makes one that's pretty decent hammer now. My dad's using, seems to hold up well. But I don't like carrying a lot of tools. This is not light. And I'll say I do most of my trapping right out of the car or truck. But either way, I like this thing. They break. You can see this one's starting to crack right there. So probably if you're a better welder, you can figure out a way to weld these up and not have them break. We've made them out of solid bar. Well, it's not solid, it's hollow bar. And then put this this rod to help support it. Down here you want something like that, otherwise it's just too hard to hold on to a round bar. So you need something that's not round in your hand. Made a spade on one end because you need a spade. Reinforced it, made it wider for hammering so I can hammer and drive stakes or T-bones. And then I use this for chiseling. Once the ground's frozen, it's nearly impossible to chisel out a trap bed. So that's pointed for that. And then I've got it forked so I can pull my rebar stakes and stuff. It works to a certain extent of pulling earth anchors, but usually when you put it in the ground and pull, this wants to sink. You really need more leverage. I suppose a guy could, if you made this a hair longer, you could put her in there and have a spot where you hook your earth anchor on it and pull it out of the ground that way. All kind of what you want to make, but I also like this part not round, so you can hang on to it and dig. If this is out here, it's awkward, so we offset this like this, and it makes it real ergonomic for digging out your dirt holes. Need a little bit, this is like the ideal spade out of the ones I've made. I like it the best. Reinforced the back so it won't bend. Basically took a piece of metal, bent it what I could, welded it on there, and then I put 2 pieces up either side to strengthen it. It makes for a real good digging. I don't like too wide of a shovel because I like to be able to dig kind of a narrower trap bed or narrow dirt hole. There's our T-bone set we put in the other day. Nothing in it. And then I got one trap down here, but that's my trapping tool. Just some real crude welding, and about make it out of some scrap metal. Somebody asked about dog on the trap line. A lot of the ADC guys or longliners, they got a dog specifically for tracking, trailing coyotes that are on drags, or whatever you're catching that are on drags. Otherwise it can be real hard to recover an animal on drag. And then also a lot of them are trained coyote dogs for calling coyotes, help bring coyotes in. So there's nothing wrong with a dog on the trap line. You watch your dog when you unload them, and they'll run over and sniff and piss on that bush. Well, they did that for a reason, you know. Something else peed on there. There's that trail. I've got that other set on right there. So nothing here today. There's our remake. You can have a dog on a trap line. They're actually give you a good indicator, help you pick up on stuff. I've caught my dog, snapped him in 3 traps. Got him the first year I took him. You know, he runs around, you put a set in, you turn around, you put the next set in, and he's over sniffing it. Then it was 2 years before he ever did it again. They learn kind of after once or maybe twice, but 2 years he did it again, but he did it twice that year. I don't know what the deal was. And I haven't caught him since. And it don't really hurt him. You just take him back out. They mess your setup though. That trap got dug up after he got caught in it. But eventually I caught a fox on it, so it is what it is. I think the problem was he'd contaminated the trap, but he hadn't contaminated the area around it. So when I reburied the trap, because he was only in it a second, that it caused a problem. The other thing I'd watch out for is he don't know no better. He wants to go up and sniff the coyotes, make friends with them, and they want to bite him. Also, like, we've got a confirmed case of rabies and a skunk in our area this year. So you want to watch how your animals are acting when you get out to the trap. Otherwise they're liable to, that can easily get your dog. So I don't know, there's nothing wrong with it. I enjoy the company. He's my bird dog, so I like to take him out, but I hate leaving him at home all the time once I start trapping. So anyways, that's my 2 cents on that. See you guys down the line. So a little while ago, a couple days ago, I got a call. They had a dead calf over in that far corner. I just talked to the rancher. No more problems. I told him I was going to put a couple more sets down further that way, and I'm still gonna. But this is a sight you like to see as you pull up. These are probably 2 of the culprits right here. So, and they weren't sure if the calf was stillborn, if the coyotes killed it, but they had it stripped already. And the ranch hand said when he got up there, the carcass was drug off even. So this is a good sign right here. Okay, let's play a game. The game's called Spot the Coyote. There's 2 lessons here. One, I'm already up off the ground. Put a trap over there. Now obviously the place to set the trap is usually along the road. Sometimes with thieves and whatnot, you gotta go find a better place. Here's a coyote that's not bouncing. Barely make it out up there. So 2 lessons here. One, if you're checking your sets just off a sight, if you were just to look up there, it doesn't look like there's a coyote. Especially at night, you're shining a light, it can be hard. So depending on where your sets are, you got to keep in mind, not all coyotes are fighters, bouncers. Some like to hunker down and hide, along with various other critters you might catch. For example, a badger. There, see, now he's up. So, got to either go closer. The other thing is, if I had to put this right in this little ditch right here, everybody just drive by, whether the coyote was laying down or not. And the coyote would feel like it could hide better in that little ditch. So you can pick your set locations based off of what you're trying to do and where you're trapping. You can get away from a lot of trap theft and coyote loss. This one's going to do some singing for us. He stayed laying down. Yeah, male. He stayed laying down. I opened the gate, closed the gate, drove up here. Stayed laying down the whole time until I started over here. I'm not sure. They got rained on pretty hard last night, so I think that took some of the fight out of them. I believe another dirt hole. Looks like it's gonna be pretty nasty trying to remake this because a couple trails coming down right here, plus the center of the draw, old road right there, and just that side of the ridge. But it's really the key is that water trough because they're using it in the summertime. It's only water around for a ways, so they just frequent the areas. So we are still on the 16th here, and that looks like another hind foot catch. Yeah, I don't know. Not complaining at all, but we are on a roll. I had a check like this 2 years ago. Ended up with 11 coyotes for the day. Every stop you pull up to had a coyote or two. This makes number 5 for today. We got a lot of good sets ahead still. So we'll get this one taken care of and get out of here. See you guys down the line. Well, I really like this spot. Obviously we picked one up right there before. There's one in the clean set back there and one in the clean set there. I kind of expected one here because it's such a hot spot and everything else has been producing today, so I thought this one would too. So here we go. There's a double. So road runs from back there up to there. We got this little draw, kind of two edges of the field. So I got out and looked for sign. There was some sign right over there. Probably would have been another good spot to set. And there was some pretty good sign down through right here. And then there was some sign coming off. That's kind of another little draw deal. Depression. There's a sign coming off that. And a little bit in the road there that I never noticed till I got out and walked. So I put a trap right there by the rear of the car. And I put one right here. 4 days ago. Not sure. This is I think this is Carmen's bushwhacker bait. Pale coyote. Alright guys.